The regular meeting of the Planning Commission is called to order. I am Vice Chairman Brian Gutierrez. Chairman Lewis has an excused absence from this meeting, so I will serve as chairman tonight. We will now take a moment for silent prayer in honor of the two Amani police officers who lost their lives protecting and serving the community, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Commissioner Williams.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paulina, can you please call roll call?
Good evening, Commissioners. Commissioner Becerra?
Here.
Commissioner Williams?
Present.
Commissioner Hang? And Chair Lewis are absent, and then Vice Chair Gutierrez?
Here. Tonight we have minutes from the regular Planning Commission meeting on June 14, 2022. Does anyone have any changes to the minutes? If there's no objection, the minutes are approved as submitted. We'll now go to oral communications. Would anyone like to speak on an item that is not on the agenda tonight?
We do not have any speaker cards.
Great. We will now go to the consent calendar. We have no items on the consent calendar this evening, so we will move on to public hearings. There are two public hearings scheduled for this evening. Paulina, can you please present the first staff report?
Thank you, Vice Chair Gutierrez. Actually, Angela Sendejas, our planning intern, is going to be doing presentation for the first item.
Good evening, Planning Commission. Tonight I will be presenting item number 1, which is conditional use permit number 22-01. Just quickly, I'm going to give an overview of the conditional use permit. This conditional use permit is requesting to allow the use of an adult daycare facility. The unit size is 9,975 square feet. The actual lot size is 4.8 acres. The zone of the site is general urban, which is indicated in our downtown plan, and the location of the site is along South Vincent Avenue, which is nearby West Covina Parkway, and the actual unit is located within the Vincent Plaza Shopping Center. The surrounding uses are single-family residential, multifamily residential, and general urban. Here is a photo of the existing site. It is located between two retail uses and currently sits vacant. There are no exterior changes to be made to the storefront. Here is a site plan. The unit is indicated in yellow, and the parking spaces, they have 38 parking spaces which are indicated in their lease, and they are numbered. They are adjacent to the site. Now I will be giving an overview of the floor plan. The arrow indicates the entrance, which it was shown in the photo. There will be an open recreation area, which is indicated in green. There will be some offices indicated in blue. They will also be including a quiet room and a library, indicated in purple. A nursing office, which is indicated in pink. And then a men's and a women's restrooms, which both include ADA accessible stalls. Here is an elevation from the plans that were submitted. Once again, there will be no exterior changes made. And just to quickly go over their business operations, the adult daycare will include the following services: physical therapy, speech therapy, chiropractic services, educational sessions, games and social activities, and other programming. The staff, which will be maximum of 12 employees working at any given time, will include registered nurses and licensed vocational nurses. The applicant has indicated that the number of participants per day will be expected to range within 150 to 200. Their business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and they will be closed on the weekends, Saturday, and Sunday. Staff recommends adopting resolution number 22-6108, which would approve the conditional use permit number 2201. We did receive one email, which was forwarded to the planning department, in which somebody expressed concerns about the project. I'm available for any questions, and the applicant is available as well. Thank you.
Thank you for the staff report. Does any member of the Planning Commission have any questions for staff?
Not at this time.
No.
Great. We'll now hear testimony from the applicant. Does any member of the Planning Commission, okay, perfect. So now we'll hear testimony in favor of the project. The first speaker will be the applicant, right? So Ronnie Khan and, yeah, great.
Sounds good. Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners, and City staff. My name is Rodney Kahn. My offices are located in the city of Glendale, California, and I'm very happy to be here this evening. I'm glad that we have a quorum as well. I thought you did a very good presentation, very professional, very complete. Just a few items I'd like to highlight as well. First of all, there is a need in West Covina for these types of facilities. The participants, for them, it offers a stimulating social environment with other seniors. And for the caregivers, it actually offers them a break. They have some time down to rest and do their own activities. It was mentioned in our business operation plan how the business will operate, the basic information. And it's already been touched on, but I do want to talk about a few things. One is that we offer a number of services both from a physical perspective, but also from a mental perspective. We look at things that would be entertaining and socializing for the seniors, brain games, religious visitations. We also have birthday and holiday celebrations. All of this is to get the seniors to socialize. They're offered meals, 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch, along with snacks. And as you can imagine, many of the participants have restricted diets. So we're very cognizant of that, and we closely monitor all of the foods. In terms of being able to get to the facility, this is an excellent location for us because it's so centrally located. We have participants that will come driving their own cars. Very few actually do. They get dropped off by family members. They take Go West Dial-A-Ride or Access a Ride. Or they're in another facility that we have, we actually provide a van that will pick up and drop off the participants. In this particular location, we were told that a van cannot sit outside overnight. So if we do offer that service, we'd either do it through a third party or we would make sure that the van is relocated to another location and doesn't sit at the parking area overnight. I know there was a letter that was submitted and handed to me kind of today, at the last hour, if you will. There's a few things that I want to emphasize. One, that as an adult daycare facility, we are very good neighbors. There's a very low parking demand. We primarily operate during non-peak hours, closed evenings and weekends, and there's very little noise or activities that cause conflict or concerns, either for the residences that are nearby or for the commercial businesses. we're a very good land use to be nearby. Participants are usually from the immediate area, the greater West Covina area neighborhoods. We reach out to churches, places of worship, senior groups. Those are the types of facilities that we reach out to for our participants. I'm going to conclude my remarks. I want to say that we reviewed the many different conditions of approval from the different departments. We agree to comply with all of them. I'll thank you for your consideration. If you have questions, I'm here. We also have our architect, Varouj Saroyan, as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Varouj, would you like to make, so the next speaker will be Varouj Saroyan, who is the architect for the adult daycare.
Yeah, my name is Varouj Saroyan. I'm an architect of record. My office address is at 128 South Kenwood Street in Glendale. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have related to design or the interior design or inside the TI area.
I just had a couple of questions.
Sure.
I'm glad that the applicant explained because of the restrictions with having the van, will you guys have a loading and unloading area for the van services that would be coming, or are they just going to park in a handicap stall or in regular parking there in the lot?
In the overall parking layout, I have noticed loading and unloading area. And if I can
I'm sorry, do you mind speaking into the
go
microphone?
into...
Pull it down a little bit.
Do you want to pull down the mic a little bit so we can hear you? Perfect.
The loading area is, I've highlighted here.
It's page A1 of the plans.
Oh,
Just loading. Stuff like
So that's how it's going.
Oh, okay, the loading dock that's
back.
at the rear.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is at the rear of the building, correct?
Yes.
And so that's where you'll be asking?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I did have one other question. Will you guys have basically all the activities occurring inside of the building? Or are there going to be any outdoor
It
areas?
will be inside the building.
Okay.
I have a question, and maybe that's for Mr. Khan too. Will there be a security guard? Will you be having a security guard for your business? Just a general question.
Chairman, we typically have some personnel that's assigned. It's not a security guard that's dressed as a security guard. We have actually, I mentioned in our business plan, we have 12 different employees. It's not just registered nurses. We also have administrators. We have janitorial. We have counselors. And we also have 1 or 2 employees that are designated to fill that role, if you will. Yes.
Great. No, well, it's not necessarily the clients who are going there. It's more of because I know there's a lot of transients around that area. So I'm assuming is there like a lobby in the front of the building, or just you open the door and you're already inside?
You open the door and you're inside. This is a very generic floor plan that we put together, and it's mainly just to show a general layout. What happens is as a participant, when that individual comes in, they're immediately greeted and checked in because there's certain documentation that needs to take place.
Yes.
So it won't be someone that's just wandering in or wandering around. Usually we'll have 2 personnel stationed at the entry, especially during times where the participants are coming in and when they're leaving.
Right.
So what we'll have is the hours of operation, say it's from 8 to 4. In reality, the way it works is between 8:30 and 9, participants start coming in. The staff is there at 8 a.m. Participants come between 8:30 and 9. Usually what happens is the participants leave between 2:30 and 3, and the staff stay till 4. So at all times, the staff is there overseeing the different participants and making sure that everything's going well, both from a security perspective, but also from a health perspective as well.
Right. I think Vice Chair Gutierrez was asking because you have the entrance for them to enter the building in the back. And if, usually in the back there is where the transients will.
I would, and I could be corrected, but in my opinion, the way that I think this would function is not that way. I don't think they would be loading off the back. I see the loading area as more of a shared loading area, and that was more of loading for materials that are coming in.
No, it's a great idea to have it in the back. It's just for the, future for safety.
I just think it's easier for people when they're coming and picking up and dropping off. It's usually you want to go to the very front. You want to be in an area that's very visible.
Correct.
And the parking, to me, if I'm taking my mom there, I'm parking in the front, and then I would walk her in, or an employee would come out and greet us.
I think it's a great idea. Are there any limitations to any of the participants you'd be accepting?
Yes, there are, and that's a very good question. So we actually, the average age, and I put this in the business plan, is between 60 and 90. We do have some physically disabled, and the average age is usually about 65 to 70, somewhere in that range. What we do not serve we do not serve memory care. So, for instance, with Alzheimer's and dementia, we are not set up to do that. That's a very specialty care and very special needs. So, no, we don't serve that group. Other than that, we serve everyone else.
Very nice. I cared for my elderly aunt till she was 95 for 10 years. The last 2, she didn't know who I was, but that was probably the time I needed the most help. But yes, it's very nice. The elderly have been forgotten in many ways, but that is, as a caregiver, everybody absolutely needs a break. I can vouch. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
And is this open to people with developmental disabilities? And is it specifically where psychologists and different experts?
So there's different, and the answer is
coaching.
Mostly yes. So we are not in a position where we would have someone who has extreme mental challenges. Mm-hmm. We're not able to serve that clientele. It matters. There are interviews that are conducted to make sure that we have the ability to provide the services to those people. Mm-hmm. So yes, we are to some degree, I guess is the answer to your question.
Yeah, because it's adult daycare. So is it made to because I know of other organizations that have something similar to this, and so I know a lot of them cater to people with high functioning developmental disabilities and getting them services, life coaching.
Sure.
Is that something?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Very much.
Perfect. Okay, great. Any more questions?
No questions.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are now here. I don't have any speaker cards for testimony opposing this project, but I believe we'll put in the record the email that was received by the planning staff. And now we'll be closing public hearing and open discussion by the commission. I will now open commission discussion.
In the email of opposition, what were the concerns that they raised?
In the email of opposition, the concerns that they raised was that they were a property owner adjacent to that plaza, and they were concerned about the unhoused population in the area and about potential drug use in the area.
Worried about the elderly using drugs? Or the transients that aren't going to be there?
I don't believe it was specific to the clientele.
Right. Yeah, and I think that my background in working with many developmental disability agencies and so forth, I know programs like this that cater to seniors, especially with developmental disabilities, is an important step for them to continue to live in society. And I think the program will bring much needed services to our local community and also the surrounding community. I think programs like this, like these, are important, and it looks like a great program that is coming to our city. And I would just encourage the applicant that due to the transit issue around that area, and obviously to support our local law enforcement, is to look into hiring a security guard for your building. Any more questions from the commission?
No questions.
I will. Okay, so great. So now, 1 second. I would like to make a motion to approve conditional use permit number 22-01, categorical exemption applicant Ronnie Khan, to approve the home adult day health care.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Gutierrez and seconded by Becerra to approve resolution number 22-6108. Commissioner Becerra?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
And then Vice Chair Gutierrez?
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. 3 with 2 absent.
This action is final unless appealed to the City Council within 10 days. Paulina, who will present the next staff report?
Vice Chair Gutierrez, Jerry Vera, our planning assistant, will be providing the presentation.
Great.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is item number 2 for LifeTastic Learning, a tutoring center. So it's going to be conditional use to allow the use of a tutoring center. The unit space is 1,400 square feet. The lot size is 9.03 acres. And it's zoned neighborhood commercial. Location is on the corner of South Azusa Avenue and East Aroma Drive, which is within the South Hills Shopping Center. And the surrounding uses are single-family residential and multifamily residential. Here we have a photo of the existing proposed site, which is 1414 South Azusa Avenue, B18. Moving forward, this is their site plan. The business location is indicated by the red rectangle. Moving on to the proposed floor plan. As you can see, the entrance is in the red arrow. and the yellow indicates the open room. Green indicates room 1. Purple indicates room 2. Pink indicates the third room. And red indicates the restroom. As far as our business operation plan, the tutoring center is for special needs children that will include the following activities: music, board games, yoga, science, math, art, and cooking. As far as staff, there are 3 full-time employees and 1 part-time employee. For clients, a maximum of 20 students total, 5 students per classroom at any given time. The business hours are Monday through Saturday, 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., and each session is 60 minutes, including a break time. Planning staff recommends adopting resolution number 22-6109, approving conditional use permit number 22-03. This concludes the presentation. I am available for any questions. The applicant is also here if you have any questions for them.
Can you go back one slide? Okay, perfect. Great. Does any member of the Planning Commission have any questions for the applicant? And I will call Leah Lee and Ivy Chu, the applicants.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Ivy, and here's my partner, Alice, and we are both the owner of this center. And I'm a full-time working at the UCLA for financial planning. So the beginning, the planning that we thought to create this center is because I can see at school at the UCLA area, there's a lot, center or program that is for the kids that with special needs and also regular children. So I'm looking like on the east side, we should have something about this. And my partner, Alice, she's working in this field as a BCBA. So this is what we come up about the idea. And one thing I need to correct on the PowerPoint was each class that we will have maximum 5 kids because we wanted to create a small group activity area. So even it's a four rooms, but we only maximum operate will be only 2. So which is like maximum 10 students at one time max. But that's the correction I want to make sure that you guys understand. And that's what my present and my partner Alice will introduce more.
Hi, my name is Alice. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving us an opportunity for us to present what we are doing. As Ivy said, I'm the BCBA. I'm working with kids with autism for over 15 years now. And then I see they have a lot of needs that like they want to join different activity, but they don't have an opportunity for that. I work in a different ABA agency before, and many parents like mentioned that, okay, my kids cannot join any class outside because the class, they don't accept us, like even a drawing class or a piano class, because all the instructors, they don't have experience working with kids with special ed. So I really want to help them out. That's why I have an idea for this center. So this center mainly is like I want to provide a different activity for them to learn social skills, communication skills, and also life skills through different activity. Why there is a lot of different activity? Because like for kids with autism or the other kid with special needs, it's really hard for them to make friends because one of their deficits is they don't have the social skills for that. So for me, like when I recall how can I make friends is I share the same interests and then I will mix friends with me that share with the same interests. So I have different class for them to explore and then expose to their interests. Why we are keeping the class is only maximum for 5 kids because we want to provide a small class and also the teacher and student ratio will be 1 to 2 to 3 because I want to have enough staff to provide support for them. And then also our center is open for typical kid as well because we would like to provide the environment is the inclusive learning environment. So the kids with special needs, they can have a model from this typical kid, so they can learn together, and also the typical kid, they can learn how can they accept somebody is different from them. So this is the main idea that we are having this center.
Great, thank you so much. Does any members of the commission have any questions for the applicant?
The only question I have, I did notice that the fire department says you guys can have a maximum of 49 people in the building at any given time. I'm understanding because of the way your program is set up, do people usually sign their kids up for an hour session or a couple of sessions?
They usually, the parents now, they are just signing for like 1 hour session. So like they in and go for that. Because there's kids with special needs, kids, their attention span is very short. That's why we focus on our session is only 1 hour, because I want to avoid all different kind of behavior and stuff. And I just want them to enjoy the environment, to learn different things. Like even though we have cooking class, but maybe the cooking class, like without doing anything like really cooking, they may be just making sandwich, or they're just not even like really baking, like something that don't need the fryers for that. But then they can learn like the measuring is about math, like everything, like they have to apply the school skill on the daily life. So I just want them to understand, okay, actually the thing I learned from school, they can apply for the daily life as well. Yeah, so that's why each program is setting, like they have the name for it, but like we actually, all the program is, I will coordinate with the schoolwork so they can like work, okay, I can learn some like maybe writing skills in one activity, or I can learn math skills in the other activity. So they are very inclusive for everything. And then the class is like, as I say, it's one 60-minute class with break, because their attention span, like maybe like the maximum would be just 20 minutes. Yeah.
Wow. So have there been other businesses established that have this service as well for special needs?
I think they have some service like Applied Behavior Analysis Center, like which is they provide ABA therapy or speech therapy, but they don't really have a group that have like inclusion, or they might have some social skills group, but like their social skill group may not like learn about different like skills like that. And then because like all the therapy center, like speech therapy, ABA therapy, or OT, they are linking with insurance. And for the insurance, they actually have a lot of limitations. That's why I want to have center that like parent can joyfully here, because I'm not linking with any insurance, but I'm actually in process to be a vendor with regional center. So I hope I can help out like more kids outside, because if I be the vendor with regional center, then the parent actually, they don't really have to pay out of pocket, and then the regional center can pay for them. Like my goal is just like, this is one of my dreams as well. I just want to help them to enjoy their life, because kids with autism, their whole life is about therapy. And they cannot even go to swimming class because no class outside is accepting them. Many parents coming, as I say, asking me, okay, Alice, do you have any swimming instructor, like, recommend for me? Because the swimming instructor said that, like, she has autism and they don't accept them. So I try to, like, see if I have any connection and help them to find that, okay, that actually someday I can enjoy and I can learn, like, beside all the therapy.
Don't we have a swim in that center for special needs?
It's not in that center. I think it's down the opposite direction on Azusa, right?
Oh, maybe they can put together. But wow, what a concept. Good for you.
Mm-hmm. Great. Any more questions from the commission? For the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And there's no speaker cards in favor or oppose. And now we'll be closing public hearing and open discussion by the commission. I will now open commission discussion.
I have no questions.
Great. Yeah, I think this is a remarkable thing you are doing. I'm proud to be a person with autism Asperger's, and for what you are committing to in our community is very inspiring. And thank you for doing that, because people with autism, they need a lot of resources while growing up. And without those resources, many of them cannot become successful. And it's people like you who have the passion and heart to provide services like that are making a difference in our community. So thank you. And so with that being said, I would like to make a motion to approve conditional use permit number 22-03, category exception for applicant Lifetastic Learning Center.
I'll second the motion.
Paulina, please call roll call.
Okay, I have a motion by Vice Chair Gutierrez and seconded by Commissioner Becerra to approve resolution number 22-6109. Commissioner Becerra?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Gutierrez?
Aye.
Motion passes.
This action is final unless appealed to the City Council within 10 days. Congratulations. Non-hearing items. There are no non-hearing items on this agenda, so we will move on to commission reports. Does anyone on the commission have anything to report or comment on? I would just like to say that I was a great honor to welcome Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounanakis to the city of West Covina this past week, where she had the opportunity to visit various businesses in our community. And now we'll go to Community Development Director's report. Paulina, do you have any items to report to the commission?
Yes, thank you very much, Vice Chair Gutierrez. Just wanted to make everyone aware that on Monday, it is July 4th, we will be having a Heroes Parade and an Independence Day street fair along Glendora Avenue. The parade starts at, I believe it's 10 a.m., and then there's going to be food vendors and games for the children until 8 p.m. So we welcome everyone to come and enjoy festivities. We will not be having fireworks, but there'll be plenty of other games and fun and entertainment. And we will be having a band remix performing that evening.
Is that by the Edwards?
Correct. It's Glendora Avenue. It's on Glendora behind Edwards Theater. We also have our summer concerts, which should have started last Wednesday, but due to the rain, we had to postpone it. So I believe that was Cold Duck. They will be coming back and performing it. We're still rescheduling them, so the dates to be determined at this time, but please check on our website. And then tomorrow night, we do have a band. I think it starts at 6 or 7 here at the Civic Center. And so the lineup for the entire summer is available on our city website. And then just as a friendly reminder, we do not allow fireworks in the city of West Covina. So I hope everyone has a safe and fun 4th of July with no fireworks within the city.
To be examples, that is what you're telling us.
Great. City council actions. Paulina, are there any council actions you'd like to speak to the commission about?
Yes, thank you again, Vice Chair Gutierrez. So for the City Council approved the first reading of the ADU ordinance. That was the revisions that that were made pursuant to HCD's letter. And then they'll be doing, the second hearing will be taken to the City Council on the July 19th council meeting.
Perfect. Now, since we have no further business to discuss, I'll adjourn this meeting in honor of the 2 Amani police officers who bravely lost their lives protecting and serving the community of Amani.